Raider Nation, it's time to gear up. The Las Vegas Raiders are on the hunt for their next general manager and head coach, and the stakes couldn't be higher. After parting ways with former coach Antonio Pierce, the team is laser-focused on finding the right leadership to bring more Lombardi trophies back to Raider Nation. There's buzz in the air about who could be the next to sit at the helm. Could the brilliant offensive mind of Ben Johnson, the Detroit Lions offensive coordinator, be the one to lead the charge? And who will be the Raiders' next GM? We've got an exciting update about the Raiders' front office search and the potential candidates, including John Spytek. The Raiders are eyeing greatness. Could we be on the verge of a dream team of Ben Johnson, Spytek, and even Tom Brady? Let's dive in. But first, hit that like, comment, and subscribe button to help us hit our goal of 2K subscribers and keep the Raiders news coming your way. Full news article, Raiders GM and coaching search. Introduction. Hello, Raider Nation. It's your go-to insider, bringing you the latest and most exciting news surrounding the Las Vegas Raiders. The offseason is in full swing, and while we might not be playing games, there's no shortage of drama and excitement brewing in Raider Nation. It's the offseason coaching and GM search that has every fan on edge, eagerly awaiting news of who will be the next to lead the silver and black back to the top of the NFL. Now, the question on everyone's mind is, who will be the Raiders' next general manager and head coach? As the team searches for the perfect leadership duo, there are some incredible names making waves in the news, and we're here to break it all down for you. So buckle up, because we're diving deep into the current state of the Raiders' coaching and GM search, along with some intriguing possibilities that could change the course of the franchise. The Raiders' vision for the future. The Las Vegas Raiders are no strangers to change, but this time, it feels different. This is not just another transition. This is about resetting the franchise's future with a clear vision in place. The team has made it clear that they are looking for leadership that can deliver success, help bring back the glory days, and ultimately bring those Lombardi trophies back to Raider Nation. The Raiders have long been known for their legacy, their loyal fan base, and their ability to win championships. But in recent years, the team has struggled to find the right formula for sustained success. The ownership and front office are keenly aware of the need for change, and this search for a new general manager and head coach is a crucial step toward building a contender for the long term. Mike Vrabel and the coaching search. As we know, Mike Vrabel has been a name that many people have associated with the Raiders' head coach position for some time. However, it seems that Vrabel's path is now becoming clearer, and the consensus around the NFL is that he will likely end up in New England. While he would undoubtedly be a great fit for the Raiders, his connection to New England is just too strong for the Raiders to compete with. This has opened the door for other names to rise to the surface. And one of the most intriguing and exciting possibilities is Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson, the offensive genius. Ben Johnson has emerged as one of the brightest stars in the NFL coaching world, and his name has quickly become synonymous with offensive brilliance. As the offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions, Johnson has been instrumental in transforming the team into one of the most dynamic offenses in the league. But what exactly makes Johnson such a hot commodity? For starters, his ability to create a dynamic and explosive offense has caught the eye of many teams, including the Raiders. Johnson is known for his innovative schemes, his ability to develop quarterbacks, and his keen sense for play calling that keeps defenses on their toes. What's more, Johnson has helped elevate players like Jared Goff and made the Lions a serious contender in the NFC. If the Raiders were to bring Johnson on board, he could be the missing piece to unlocking the full potential of the team's offense. Raider Nation has longed for a coach who can breathe life into the offense and make it more explosive, and Johnson could be the man to do just that. John Spytek, the emerging GM candidate. Now, as we shift gears to the Raiders' search for a new general manager, one name that has emerged as a top candidate is John Spytek. Spytek is currently serving as the assistant general manager of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and his resume speaks for itself. Spytek played an instrumental role in the Bucs' Super Bowl victory in 2021, and his work in player development and team building has made him one of the most respected figures in the front office across the NFL. His ability to identify talent, build a strong foundation, and make strategic moves in the draft has earned him rave reviews from executives around the league. But it's not just his experience in building a Super Bowl winning team that makes Spytek a strong candidate for the Raiders GM job. It's also his relationship with Tom Brady. While Brady is technically retired, his influence in the NFL is still significant, and Spytek has built a strong relationship with the future Hall of Famer during their time together in Tampa Bay. Could Tom Brady be involved with the Raiders? Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Could Tom Brady be involved in the Raiders' future? The idea of Brady joining the Raiders in some capacity has been floated around for months, and the possibility is now gaining even more traction with the news of Spytek being a leading candidate for GM. Brady's leadership, football IQ, and connection to Spytek could be an invaluable asset for the Raiders. Whether he returns as a player or takes on a more front office role, Brady's presence in the organization would certainly shake things up and bring an air of legitimacy and prestige to the franchise. Imagine a team where Ben Johnson is crafting one of the most potent offenses in the league, John Spytek is overseeing roster moves, and Tom Brady is helping guide the direction of the team. It's the kind of dream team scenario that could elevate the Raiders to a level of sustained greatness. The Raiders' future, a new era of championship contenders. If this vision comes to fruition, it would mark the beginning of a new era for the Raiders. A team that has long been associated with pride, passion, and a championship pedigree could once again become a powerhouse in the NFL. The combination of Johnson's offensive prowess, Spytek's team-building skills, and Brady's leadership could be exactly what the Raiders need to return to the Super Bowl. But of course, this process is far from over. The Raiders still have much work to do in terms of finalizing their decisions. But one thing is clear, they're on the right path. What's next for Raider Nation? For now, Raider Nation will be waiting eagerly to see how this coaching and GM search unfolds. The coming weeks will be crucial, and with the right hires, the team could be well on its way to greatness. However, as always, there's one thing we know for sure. Raider Nation will continue to support the team, no matter what. The legacy of the Las Vegas Raiders is unlike any other team in the NFL. From their bold beginnings in 1960 to becoming one of the most iconic franchises in the league, the Raiders have always stood for greatness. But what does it truly mean to be part of the Raiders' storied history? In this video, we dive into the words of Hall of Famer Howie Long, who reflects on his time with the team and what it takes to don the silver and black. We'll hear about Al Davis's impact, the greatness that surrounds the Raiders, and how Long himself contributed to the unique culture of the team. Get ready to relive the glory days and find out what makes the Raiders so special. Stick around to hear more on this legendary franchise. But before we begin, remember to hit that subscribe button. Let's hit our goal of 2K subscribers together. Drop a comment below with your thoughts on this Raiders legacy, and don't forget to leave a like if you're ready to keep up with the latest Raiders news. Al Davis and the culture of excellence. Opening line. Welcome, Raiders fans. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're ready for another deep dive into the world of the silver and black. But first, I want to hear from you. What does it mean to be a Raider in your eyes? Drop a comment below, and let's get this conversation started. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let's hit 2K subscribers together. We're counting on you. The history of the Raiders is deeply intertwined with the vision of one man, Al Davis. His unique approach to football management and team building has been pivotal in shaping the franchise's legacy. Al Davis's philosophy wasn't just about winning games. It was about doing whatever it took to win and creating a team that embodied toughness and excellence. Al Davis's role as owner and coach. Davis wasn't just a passive owner. He was out there with his team, on the field, day in and day out, breathing football. His presence was so strong that the players could recognize when he was nearby, even before they saw him. He had a cologne that you could smell before you could see him, Howie Long says, reflecting on how Davis's presence permeated everything. His dedication to the Raiders was unmatched, and it was this commitment that turned the Raiders into one of the most successful franchises in the NFL. Al Davis, a legendary coach and owner. Al Davis was the heartbeat of the Raiders, and his legacy as both a coach and later as an owner shaped the course of the team's success. His coaching prowess was instrumental in turning the team into champions early on. From his fiery approach on the sidelines to his meticulous attention to detail, Davis laid the foundation for what would become an iconic franchise. The legends who defined a franchise. Introduction to the Raiders legends. The Raiders didn't just have good players. They had legendary players. Names like Gene Upshaw, Fred Biletnikoff, Willie Brown, Cliff Branch, and Ted Hendricks are synonymous with the Raiders' success. These Hall of Famers didn't just play the game, they changed the game. Howie Long's legacy and impact on the Raiders. One of those legendary figures is Howie Long himself. A Hall of Famer and one of the most recognizable faces in Raiders history, Long embodies everything the Raiders stand for: toughness, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Long's contribution to the team went beyond just his on-field performance. He carried the culture of the Raiders with him everywhere he went. What it means to be a Raider. For Long, being a Raider is more than just wearing the uniform. It's a mindset. You look around, and greatness is everywhere, says Long, talking about the impact of the team's legendary players. It's Al Davis. It's Ron Wolf. It's Tom Flores. These names are more than just players. They're the ghosts of the past that live with you every day. When you become a Raider, you're not just representing yourself. You're representing the legacy of all those who came before you. Toughness and the Raiders culture. The Raiders culture is one built on toughness, grit, and the determination to win at all costs. Long highlights how this philosophy was passed down from the old guard to the new generation of Raiders. As a player, Long knew what it took to earn the respect of his teammates, coaches, and fans. He describes the Raiders as a place where hard work was always rewarded and where players had to earn their stripes in the toughest way possible. The Raiders' unique spirit, a franchise like no other. The Raiders' legacy beyond football. What sets the Raiders apart from other NFL teams isn't just their history of championships or Hall of Fame players. It's the unique bond the team shares with its fans. Raiders fans are some of the most passionate, loyal, and dedicated supporters in all of sports. No matter where the Raiders play, their fans are always present, bringing that silver and black spirit everywhere they go. Howie Long reflects on his time with the Raiders. Reflecting on his time with the Raiders, Howie Long says, "I couldn't imagine playing anywhere else. I couldn't imagine putting on any other uniform." His love for the team, the fans, and the culture is evident. For Long, the Raiders were more than just a football team. They were a family, a community, and a symbol of excellence. The role of the Raiders in shaping NFL culture. The Raiders have always been trendsetters, not just in terms of their on-field success, but in how they approach football culture. From their commitment to diversity and innovation to their fearless attitude towards challenges, the Raiders have always been a force for change in the NFL. Al Davis led this charge, and the franchise continues to push boundaries today. The power of the silver and black. Wearing the silver and black is about more than just being a player. It's about carrying a legacy that goes back decades. Long, along with all the other Raiders legends, embodies the power and mystique of the silver and black. It's a brand that commands respect, and it's one that's built on years of sacrifice, dedication, and unforgettable performances. Looking ahead, the future of the Raiders. The new Raiders, building a new legacy. While the Raiders' past is rich with history, their future is equally exciting. With a new generation of talent coming up, the Raiders are poised to continue their legacy of greatness. Players like Josh Jacobs, Max Crosby, and Davante Adams are leading the charge, and they're carrying the spirit of the silver and black into the next chapter. The legacy continues. As we look ahead, we're reminded that the Raiders' story isn't over. It's just beginning. The team is on the rise, and with their storied past as motivation, they're pushing for another championship. The silver and black legacy lives on, and the next generation of Raiders fans is ready to carry that torch. Join the Raiders legacy. If you're a true Raiders fan, now is the time to get involved. Subscribe to this channel for all the latest Raiders news, stories, and updates. We're aiming for 2K subscribers, and we need your help to reach that goal. Drop a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's grow this Raiders community together. Stay tuned for more updates on your favorite team.